taking of the name can even symbolize certain things, much as giving up a name can symbolize certain things, right? If you felt you were giving up your identity and you were like, well, I cease being an individual. And by the way, this happens in marriages all the time.
Yes.
So I would encourage that even whether you take your husband's name or not, by all means, please keep your own individual identity. It's vital, right? You have always been your own person. Welcome to our next question, a place of discovery and not the final answer. I'm Chris Onit, the marriage and family therapist, and sitting next to me is Melanie Jones, part owner of Downey Park Counseling, and my wife.
Thanks for joining us. Let's get the conversation started.
Okay, here we are.
Here we are.
Are you here?
I am. I'm here now.
You are here now. Okay. Don't
good.
forget to speak into the microphone, dear.
I'm here.
Okay. Yes. This is our second episode with our new host, Melanie Jones.
Thank you.
Why am I calling you Melanie Jones?
Because that's my maiden name.
It is true, the name you were born with.
That's my real name.
You were Melanie of the Jones clan.
Yes.
Okay. So honestly, this episode is on what's in a name. And it is about tradition, identity, and the last name question that we Christians kind of go into. I think there are like psychological components to this. And so that's what we're going to mess around with today. But part of the joke between Melanie and I is when, God forbid, she has an opinion of her own, which is often, I will call her by her maiden name. Well, Miss Jones.
Yes.
Or Melanie Jones. Do you this, that, and the other thing or whatever? And I'm not mad at her. I'm not like scolding her. Melanie Jones, will you get back here? That would be wildly inappropriate.
Right.
But
And
it's
weird.
kind of a joke between she and I, because part of it for me is that I completely and totally honor her as a truly separate person.
Yes.
She is not just an extension of what I hope and want and everything else. Now we share a lot of things, a lot of those things, but she's not simply, you should think like I do. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's not like when your mom calls you by your first and middle name?
name.
Right. Exactly.
No, yeah.
Exactly. I will call myself by my first and middle name, Christopher Matthew.
We should have a whole nother episode on what's in a middle name.
Right?
How do you, yes, there you go.
How much trouble are you in?
How do you, yes, exactly. So, what's the question today? What's the opener?
What's in a name?
Well, yes, we got to that, but is there a opening question?
Get to know you question.
See, you didn't tell me I was supposed to come up with those like Caroline did.
Well, this is like conversational.
So I'm just on the fly. I'm supposed to come up with
Sure,
something?
why not? Pressure's on. What do you want to know about
It can
me,
be
babe?
a simple question.
What do you want to know about Caleb?
What's your least favorite Christmas song?
Oh, man.
Candy Cane Lane, because I think Chris said it was his favorite last time.
Hurtful.
Yes. The reason I asked that is because he came in today and said, "Babe, what time of year is it?"
Ooh, man.
And I said, "The most wonderful time?" And he said, "No." He said it's Candy Cane Lane time.
There's some bad ones out there.
Oh, it's horrible.
Santa Baby.
Oh my! What the heck?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he really hates
You're
Santa Baby.
sexualizing Santa.
You like Candy Cane Lane, but you don't.
It's
like
an amazing song. It's got layers.
It's terrible.
It's a great song.
So here's what I was thinking about why it's so terrible when you sing it.
Oh no!
Because you like to sound like whoever you're singing, right?
Yes.
Ooh,
yes.
So, and you can do a really good Neil Diamond.
Yes.
You can do a great Kenny Rogers. You sound just like him. But you do not do a good Sia. FYI.
So I am. This is an ongoing thing with us. I am banned.
Yes.
According to Melanie, I am prohibited.
But he still does it anyways.
From singing certain singers.
Billy Ocean.
Don Henley, yes. And now apparently Sia.
Yes.
Wow.
Anyways, back
Freddie
to the
Mercury
question.
is still on the list, or still off the list.
Back to the question, though.
Okay.
Right next to, I think, I can't decide, Candy Cane Lane and Simply Having...
Oh, no.
I don't know what the title
great.
is of it. Yeah.
Having by Paul McCartney.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Now it's in my head. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome to all of our listeners who now have all of these songs going through their mind.
Wait, I didn't get to. I think my which one
Is
did you
yours
do?
Candy Cane Lane? Are you?
No, that was more of a joke. I think I'd probably go Santa Baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
God. Okay,
that's a
so
bad
I
one.
can't take that one. I would choose that one, or I would choose Simply
Heavy.
Guy. Well, part of the problem is some of the songs they play over and over and over and over again, and they start in like June.
The classic "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
Oh, Guy.
yeah.
No. And listen, I do not get tired of hearing the classic Christmas hymns. They are theologically deep, and they bring me to tears often, as we discussed in an earlier episode. But let's see. I would have to say, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree?
Oh.
It has so little to do with Jesus. Nothing to do with Jesus. Where's Jesus? Anyway.
Yeah. That's an excellent question, especially because this is coming out the week of Christmas.
Oh, good.
Wow.
So,
Hey, that works out good.
Well done.
Hey, and just to counter that negativity with, I have been obsessed with, for the last 2 years, I don't know when it came out, but Josh Garrel's Christmas album.
Oh, yes.
I love Josh Garrels.
Have you heard his Christmas album?
I don't know that I have.
You're missing out.
You on your way home,
Okay.
put that on. There's one song I don't like
Okay.
on it.
I'll figure out which one it is.
Yeah.
Is it Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree?
No, he
That's
doesn't
a
have
Santa
that one on.
Josh Carroll's singing Santa Baby. Now that's funny.
Maybe it's Jesus Baby.
That's, well, because it
In a
gets
manger.
weird. You under the tree for me.
Yeah, no.
Nah,
That's not going to work.
Weird. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, so today's question, what's in a name,
Wait,
is...
hold on. Do we go to Caleb's Corner first?
Oh, right,
gosh,
right.
Caleb, not to be overlooked.
All right.
Caleb.
I'm going to take us on another tangent because
Okay.
I've been fascinated by this phenomenon in the past couple of years. It's called the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. Are you familiar?
Ooh.
Also known as the frequency illusion.
Okay, this is ringing a bell, but I can't
Okay,
quite put it into
well,
words.
That's kind of funny because that might fit with what it is. But
Yeah.
basically, when you hear about or learn about something for the first time, you begin to notice it everywhere.
Got it.
So it's kind of like a
yes.
cognitive bias
Yes.
that keeps replaying. So you may have seen it hundreds of times before, but then you saw it one time
Yes.
and you understood it or it stuck out, and then you start noticing it everywhere else.
And what's it called
happened to me.
again?
The Bader-Meinhof
Nice.
phenomenon,
Okay.
which is based on like some guy was
Yes.
and whenever it was
Bader
discovered.
and Meinhof.
No, so they're this like German terrorist group from way back in the day.
Oh, boy.
And this guy first learned about them, and then he started seeing them everywhere. So it's named after that
I
original
see.
occurrence. But I've had this where I'm like reading a book and I see a word for the first time and I look up the definition and I'm like, oh, that's what it means. And then I start seeing that word everywhere.
Of course.
Or like I'm maybe thinking about going on a trip somewhere and then I start seeing that like everywhere online and I haven't like searched it up at all. But
Isn't
now
that
my
amazing?
brain is like making it stand out because I am particularly
So
focused on
this
that thing.
actually ties into something called the Fergali delusion.
Okay, I like it. That's a
The
good name.
Fergali delusion is one in which you believe you're being followed by a particular person, and you start seeing them everywhere.
Whoa.
Oh.
right.
Is that why I see you everywhere?
Oh, jeez.
Maybe it's because we record a podcast together. I don't know.
Perhaps. Or there's a lot of bald guys with mustaches. Who knows? But it can be even come in variations of the manifestation, like I'm being followed by a white car.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, the white car is the most popular color. So if you're being followed by a white car, you're probably not being followed by a white car.
Yeah. So another thing I saw with that is that it in real life scenarios, it can play out with advertising. Obviously, they want to make something stand out. So then you start noticing it everywhere in your daily life. But also in like the medical field, if there's a doctor who sees this rare disease come up a couple times, they'll start either misdiagnosing people with that disease because they expect to find it or whatever. Or it can be helpful in training people to spot rare diseases so that later when they see it, So there's different ways that it can apply, but it's kind of fascinating.
You've got
Yeah,
tonsillitis.
super
I'm
interesting.
sorry, it's pancreatitis. No.
Yeah. So if you've ever experienced that phenomenon, now you have a name
Now
to put
we have
to
a
it.
name for it. I have. I totally have that.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's like it comes to the front of consciousness, and then all of a sudden this is why I have not looked up the 6-7 phenomena, because I know once I do,
Right.
I'm gonna,
Well, I think that's more of just a cultural thing, and you'll see it
Totally.
everywhere regardless. So.
Well, I haven't. I've been inoculated. The only places I've heard it from is teachers that I talk to. And now that I have that piece of information, I can drive them crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's kind of a bummer for people listening to these episodes because they're 2 weeks apart. For us, we're recording them back to back. But now they've gotten to experience 6, 7.
That's right.
In 2 episodes.
Twice.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
It really is everywhere.
It will not go away. We will never mention it again, ladies and gentlemen.
Never.
So, okay. Tradition, identity, and the last name question. So, the sub-question or core question related to this is a wife taking her husband's last name a Christian thing, or is it just a cultural thing? And what does it do to our sense of identity? I think this is an important, not just on face value, the important name question, but what do we as Christians involve ourselves in that are actually cultural instead of biblical? This can find so many different avenues, like even politics, right? We won't go there yet, but
don't.
yes.
That's a bad idea.
Bad. Third rail. Okay. So some of the ways that people have gotten through this in our Western culture, and we'll talk about the history of this in a second, is to like combine names. Or hyphenate. So it'd be like I would take on Jones Oneth, and you would also. Or
we would both be Jones Oneth?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
I've known a number of people that have done that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or even we would smash the names together.
Oh, gosh.
Jonath.
That sounds like a bad
idea.
Owns.
It's Melanie and Chris owns. Which would be kind of weird because then it would eliminate the name entirely and just come up with a new name.
Maybe the people that do that want to eliminate the name entirely.
And maybe. I have a friend with a name that his family has changed, but he did not. Tommy Dick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, why is this such a concern? It's honestly not a concern, and I do not want to, in this discussion, this is not about like shaming women who take the husband's name. And this is totally not about exalting women who don't. But it's just something to, I don't know, get some thought going and some exchange.
Just a discussion.
So, yes. Okay. So, obviously, when a Christian couple gets engaged, everybody's like, so, what will your last name be? I mean, that's kind of a...
Do they do that, though?
What?
Do they ask that?
No,
especially Christian couples.
It's already...
It's a given.
Like, here I am sitting across from Mrs. Christopher Oneth.
I have no personhood.
Completely eliminated.
Right.
Yes. So when we were dating, we were married. Because your dad at one point asked me, because I would refer to you as my wife. And he called me out on it. No, he didn't. He was like, can I ask why you refer to Melanie as your wife?
Because in context, you would say it to him. You'd be talking to him, and instead of saying Melanie because you both knew me.
Yes, right. Weird. I would lord it over him, my wife. No, and I guess the best answer I came up with is, well, no one else can call her that. Like,
oh, that's sweet.
I know. See, so it was from a good place, but he was like, "How dare you?" No, he wasn't. He was super not like that. No. But this is part of. I don't know. I can get into identity issues. So, all right. We want to explore historical tradition and what's legal, cultural, and what's genuinely biblical, theological. So we want to also invite couples. By the way, this is not a couple this is not a marriage or couples podcast, even though we're a couple with our bearded stepson.
Yep.
We want to invite people to make thoughtful, conscious-driven decisions. And so if you're out there and you have, perhaps you have children that want to get married and smash their names together, love them. This sounds like a closing. It's not a closing. It's just an encouragement. Anyway. Okay, where did this tradition come from? History and law. Surnames are relatively new to us as a people in history. In biblical times, people often didn't have fixed last names. Mary Magdalene was Mary from Magdala. It wasn't like her first and last name.
Neither was Jesus Christ.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't say. Jesus Christ is the Greek variation of Yeshua Mashiach, which is what Yeshua is
Savior. I believe.
Savior.
Yeah. And it's a renaming of Joshua.
Yes,
right?
Joshua. Yes, and Messiah,
Anointed one.
Anointed one. Yeah, totally. So Jesus had 2 first and last names.
He had a lot of names, to be fair. Prince
Sure.
of Peace.
Prince of Peace.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah. So you had Mary, wife of Clopas. You had James, son of Zebedee. Stable family surnames in Western Europe really take off in the Middle Ages. Think of Smith. Or my birth name is Snyder, which is Dutch, and the English version is Taylor. So that would have been sewing clothes. And so you have the different language variations in the names.
Yeah.
Not sure what Jones is
I don't know.
Welsh.
It's interesting.
I think Tom Jones.
A lot of Dutch names, you get Van something, which
Yes.
is like
Yeah.
from, and then
Yes.
it's a location.
I would, Van Vander Van.
Yeah, that I don't know about that one, but
Carl Van Vander Van. Yes. Anyway, Dutch. I'm Dutch, so don't
Same.
egg me. Okay, so
you are too?
yeah,
what's that?
I'm also Dutch.
Are you?
Yeah.
See, Meyer?
Yeah.
All right. Van
Yeah.
Meyer? How about that?
I think
That
Meyer
fits.
Meyer means farmer. I don't know if that's Dutch, but
Oh. No kidding. Right
Yeah.
on, brother.
I'm not a farmer either.
Yeah, so right. Okay, so essentially the women taking the last name came from Old English, 9th century, I believe, and it's coverture and patriarchal legal structures. So in English common law back in the day, the doctrine of coverture started to develop. A married woman's legal identity was covered by her husband's. She generally couldn't own property independently. The couple were treated as one legal person, the husband. Hence, Mrs. Christopher Oneth. You don't look too jazzed about that, Mrs. Christopher Oneth. She gives me a weird face every time so a part of that family, it became standard that she takes his surname to mark this legal and social oneness. So, and I get in Christian couples, it does mark a type of oneness. That's cool. Right on. I'm all for that.
Well, I mean, and honestly, you know, if we were all sin-free individuals, it would be fine. It would be great.
You're right.
I mean, you could rely on your husband to not be
A big fat jerk face?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Yes, you could trust and be like, and that's, I think, the
Yeah.
hope, right? I would think.
Right. But that's
Right.
not always the case.
I do remember when we first got married and she didn't like rush out to the different name changing places in the world to change her name. She didn't get around to it. All right. She was procrastinating. And I think I was like, why won't you change your name? What's the problem? You waiting for a better offer?
I actually have been thinking about that more because you brought that up
Okay.
when you first told me that you wanted to do this. And I assumed it was procrastination. And then I was thinking about
Ooh.
it more. And I think it was partly procrastination because I'm a huge procrastinator. But I think it also went into, and we haven't kind of gotten there in the notes, but a psychological meaning too, of like name meaning, you know, and not to diss your family.
Uh-oh.
No, and I'm not doing that at all. At least I'm trying really hard.
No,
not to.
I hear you.
My dad, I think, is probably the biggest father figure that you've ever had in your life.
150%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. It was something about, okay, so you hadn't had that name
Right.
for very long.
And it was the crazy thing is it's not my birth name.
It wasn't your
Right.
birth name. And then, Willard, your dad, your father, adopted you when you were 5.
Right.
And then passed away when you were 11.
Right.
And so it almost felt like this man who had a very like short amount of time in your life, like almost like a stranger.
Right.
And I was taking a stranger's name almost.
Interesting.
Like, yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah.
have hence taken the name over and made it my own.
Yes.
Okay. Phew.
No, but I think there was something that made
Interesting.
it a little hard, you know. And
Yeah.
I think any woman coming from no, that's not true. I'll speak for myself. But coming from a positive family group, I'm not going to say like we were the most healthy or didn't have our issues.
I can tell you that.
Right?
No.
No, but I had a good relationship with my father.
Oh my gosh.
And so it was a little bit weird.
He was such a huge presence in your life that your chief concern that when her dad and I met was that you wanted him so much to like me.
Yeah.
And then he left a note for you one time. We came back to your house. We had met.
Yeah.
And then they left somewhere, but he left you a note and it said, "I like Chris just fine." And you were to the moon. And I'm like, that was weird.
Well, and the funny thing is that like he knew, I don't think I even talked to him about it, but he knew that I was probably super worried about.
Oh, isn't that something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I pulled up in front of your house the first time, your dad was out in the garage. I was like,
so
okay,
nervous.
here's the man.
I was so nervous.
That's so funny. Given how charming I am. And I was a high school dropout, so there was that.
He didn't find that out until after we were married.
That's right. That's right. I got the ring on the finger. Okay, so there's variations globally with the names and stuff like that. Many Western countries, of course, normalize the wife taking husband's name pattern, and so we got to kind of into that. Mm-hmm. Other countries use either patronyms, which is a variation of, or the father lineage, or matronyms, which are the
mother's
patronymics, whatever, which is the mother's name. Yes, as you can imagine. Today, a significant majority of women in many countries still take their husband's surname, but younger generations, of course, are exploring alternatives. Leave it to them to find the loophole.
Well, what I'm curious about, and I should have looked more into it, is when did it become a Christian culture thing? Yeah, because it did almost seem like in our day and age,
yeah,
it was like a sin if you didn't. Not really, but
what, you mean a sin not to take the name?
Yeah. It was frowned
like, what is
upon.
wrong with you?
Yeah, you were obviously
we
not.
were in a conservative church,
right? Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm wondering when the church.
Well, because I think it also folds with the variation of how of the submissive wives submit to your husbands,
exactly, yeah,
but not taking into account the amount that husbands defer to their wives and take care of them and respect them the way Christ did the church.
Well, and the Bible calls us to be mutually submissive to each other.
Yes, totally. Apparently, I don't have all the answers, so that might help. So, okay, what does the Bible say about the surname change? It doesn't.
Nothing. Literally nothing.
So it's not biblical. Well, wrap your head around that one. There is no verse in the Bible that says a woman must take her husband's last name. So fight me on that. Leave an email. No, yeah, leave a question. Don't throw eggs at my property. So, in the Bible, fixed last names weren't a thing. The identity was tied to your place of birth, like of Nazareth, Jesus of Nazareth. Family, son of X, or whatever, son of whoever, or a relationship, wife of so and so. Not a modern surname. So, what Scripture does emphasize, Genesis 2:24, the two shall become one flesh. Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Ephesians 5:21-33 speaks of mutual submission. That's what you were saying. Sacrificial love and the marriage mystery reflecting Christ in the church.
Mm-hmm. Which really, none of that has to do with the name.
Right. But it does have to do with the focus on covenantal union, right? Lifelong mutual giving, spiritual and relational oneness. Mm-hmm. All for it. So, names and identity in scriptures. God renamed people at key moments. Abram to Abraham, Sarai to Sarah, Jacob to Israel. So, names are important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I had pressure for a minute to change my last name to Snyder.
From who?
From my... it was my aunt. And I totally can't remember her name.
Because we only met them that one time.
A few times, yes. And so it's crazy. It's like, yeah, I mean, I didn't really tie my name, my identity into my last name. So I was already used to Oneth. And it's more rare than Snyder.
You know, he was the man that stepped up.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. So a name change in Scripture signifies a calling and identity in God. And so, I don't know, maybe you've been called to minister to me. So there's your burden. So there you have it. All right. Okay, so what's a pro argument for taking a husband's name? Well, some Christian teachers argue that taking a husband's name symbolizes unity and headship, mirroring Christ in the church. Fair enough. That's from Desiring God Ministry. It can be a beautiful and voluntary sign of covenant and family formation. Cool. Healthy is a husband does not treat this as a right, but as a shared decision rooted in love and not entitlement. You will take my name because...
Well, and I really think it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like that's something every couple is going to have to figure out on their own.
True.
And nobody should say, this is really the right way to do it.
True. Or educate. Don't go around educating people. Did you know? Do you know that has nothing to do with Christianity?
It's totally a personal decision.
So there's the other side of it, or the critique of it, of course, is that this can be used to subvert a woman's true individuality and identity. Now, this is a big thing because this happens outside of marriage relationships. It happens in our culture. It happens in our relationships in churches, in our relationships at work. The moment we think people aren't actually people, and I know that sounds like such a weird statement. It's like, oh yeah, I think people are people. If you're unable to sit into their space and hear who they are, where they are coming from, then potentially you don't see people as people.
Right. And that's not just marriage relationships.
100%.
That could be a parent-child relationship.
Oh man. Yes. So the caveat here is that it's not a Christian requirement, and so we shouldn't confuse Western custom with biblical command, right? It's like where is the Christmas tree in the Bible?
Isn't that the tree that was in the garden that the tree of
Isn't
life?
that weird?
Or,
You've got the presents under the tree and you're partaking in the fruit of the tree of life or death, whatever. You're just making stuff up. Nice. I see what you did there.
Yeah. I'm reaching.
Yes.
So I'm curious, Caleb, you're a single man.
Yes.
What's your opinion on, or not?
Well, what are your thoughts?
I don't want to ever make this seem like we're like on one way or the other.
Guy.
But I'm just curious, like average single guy.
Here I am, average single guy.
There you go. That's right.
I speak for all the single men.
You certainly do, my friend.
Yeah, to me, it's not like a huge deal. And I think if I'm in a relationship one day that's headed toward marriage, then it would definitely be a conversation to have, right? Of like, is she comfortable with that? What direction do we want to go? And I would probably not be opposed to if we did a more non-traditional, but I would totally be fine with the traditional. So it's like,
but you wouldn't be like offended if she didn't want to.
It's not a deal breaker.
Yeah,
no.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. So, I mean, taking of the name can even symbolize certain things, much as giving up a name can symbolize certain things, right? If you felt you were giving up your identity and you were like, well, I cease being an individual. And by the way, this happens in marriages all the time.
Yes.
So I would encourage that even whether you take your husband's name or not, by all means, please keep your own individual identity. It's vital, right? You have always been your own person.
Yeah.
You've always had stuff you like to do. You've had that's part of how you've developed yourself is you've always not been tied to, I mean, maybe early on in our marriage where I'm sure we were wanting the other to agree with us all the time.
Right, yeah.
But you've always been content to be like, I'm cool by myself, doing my own thing. And I'm like,
well,
okay.
I mean, I think because we relearn these lessons, right?
Yeah.
It's sanctification. But when you got the motorcycle,
Oh,
that was just like giving it to the Lord and saying, you know what? He is his own person.
Yeah.
I can't suddenly demand that he...
Would have helped if I changed my name to Jones.
I was thinking maybe we should.
That you could, you could really leverage that. It's like, you want this motorcycle? All right, change your name to Jones. I'm like, oh, it's tough, but yes, I need a motorcycle. So there you have it. So, okay, so we leave the idea of name change to have it be a symbol for you. A red flag might include if you're being coerced to do it. Like, if you truly love me, you'd take my name.
Yeah, that would be a huge red flag.
That would be massive.
That would be a sign of things to come in the marriage.
Well, and that would be a sign where the dude has a weak ego.
Right.
And he needs to have someone else to control in order to be okay.
Yeah.
And that's not bueno. You know, individuals here, Imago Dei, all that stuff. Christ has made us each, yes, a community, also individuals. All right.
I think that's interesting, though, because you have to leave room for growth, you know?
Totally.
We are totally not the same people we were 30-something years ago. No, because you were a little bit more traditional in wanting me to take your name.
Sure.
To the point, you know, that you were starting to get your feelings hurt when I hadn't done it.
I labeled a big thing, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying, so... I don't know. You got to allow people room to mature and grow also.
Oh, I see what you're saying. What you're saying, I matured and grew?
Yeah, grewed.
Oh, finally, I grew.
You grewed.
Up nice. I said grew, not grewed.
Oh, I thought you said grewed.
At least I think I said grew.
I think you said grewed.
Who knows?
Anyways, yeah, I don't know.
Well, if anything, this could hopefully create a discussion between you and your beloved in the future, and discussing what it means to you and the depths and the implications. This is all about hearing each other out, right? Mm-hmm. The first, I've said this 1,000 times, I'll say it again. The first mention of Christ, when he's actually doing something other than being a cute baby, is he's 12 years old and he's in the synagogue. He's asking questions and listening to the answers. That is an example to us of how to truly care for people, is be curious and explore this. And yeah, if it's a deal breaker, I mean, kind of looking into that, going, whoa, why is this so important to me? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Well, okay. I think we've bantied that around for a while.
That was short.
I know. Do you have anything?
No, that was kind of a...
All right. Well, we'll cap it off there. And now you'll hear about it everywhere. And now, that's
true.
the Bader Meinhof.
There you go. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you for that.
And really, it's not that. It's because our podcast is so popular that everyone's going to be talking about it.
Across the nation and around the world.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So, the tens of listeners.
Hey, let us know what you think. Leave a comment. And come up with future episodes of our next question. Ask the questions yourselves. We will see about getting to them.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today. If you've gotten anything from this podcast, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend.
And be sure to join us next time for our next question.